Hi, welcome to the overview of why do an elimination diet. So, why do an elimination diet? Well, chronic symptoms that have failed to respond to conventional medical therapy can be resolved with an elimination diet. Eating is something we do every day, and what we eat daily can be triggering our immune response, so it's something we can control to help our bodies heal. Such chronic symptoms can include autoimmune related symptoms like headaches, digestive problems, low energy, depression, mood swings, eczema, joint aches, asthma, and weight gain, to name a few. So, what is an elimination diet? Well, many times these symptoms are connected to the foods we eat. An elimination diet removes common foods that may be causing symptoms we experience every day. And when inflammatory and toxic foods no longer cause burden on the immune system, the body is able to heal naturally. That's what we're really after. And after completion of the elimination diet, you'll undergo a reintroduction process in which you add back eliminated foods one at a time, allowing you to discover which foods you may not respond well to. So, some of the features of an elimination diet is number one, identify food triggers. So, various food reactions such as allergies, sensitivities, or intolerances can be a major contributor to chronic health issues like lupus and other autoimmune conditions like fibromyalgia as well. Food allergy causes severe symptoms immediately after a trigger food is eaten. Food sensitivity is when a reaction that is delayed by hours or days, usually the result of an imbalance in the gastrointestinal system that affects our immune system. And food intolerance is reactions to certain chemicals in foods or when the body lacks enzyme necessary to digest that particular food. And all reactions occur when a food trigger is eaten day after day, which is a cumulative effect, which impairs digestion and absorption over time. And lupus patients whose immune systems are weaker are more prone to food sensitivities. So, more features of an elimination diet includes reducing inflammation. Food reaction trigger inflammatory reactions in the gut, which loosens the junctions of the intestinal wall, making it more permeable. This condition is known as leaky gut. This breakdown of the gut lining can allow undigested food particles, bacteria, and chemicals to leak into the bloodstream, further stimulating more inflammation. And the elimination diet promotes the ingestion of anti-inflammatory foods and elimination of trigger foods to reduce inflammation, allowing the gut to heal and begin to work properly again. The immune system also becomes strengthened, making the body less susceptible to sickness caused by airborne contaminants, allergens, environmental toxins, viruses, parasites, and bacteria. So, and it also supports healthy microbiome. So, more than 70% of the immune system is located in the gut. Therefore, the way the immune system responds is affected by the microbiome or healthy bacteria in the gut. And when the gut is inflamed, there is an imbalance between healthy bacteria and non healthy microbes, which can result in improper stimulation of the immune system and negative symptoms. Eliminating toxic foods decreases inflammation, while consuming healthy whole foods rebuilds a healthy gut microbiome. So, dairy free and gluten free. Dairy and gluten are avoided on an elimination diet due to their frequent association with adverse food reactions. Between 25 to 90% of the world's population are lactose intolerant to some extent, meaning they lack the enzyme lactase, which is used to break down lactose, which is a milk sugar. And gluten, a family of proteins found in some grains, contain gliadin, which can break down the microvilli in the small intestine, causing a leaky gut. And neurological symptoms such as depression, fatigue, migraines, and brain fog are associated with gluten exposure because many neurotransmitters are produced in the gut. And these neurotransmitters link the gut to the brain, which is a very important concept to understand. And this elimination diet ensures that you'll get phytonutrients to heal your gut. The elimination diet provides an abundance of colorful fruits and vegetables, and eating a variety of colors ensures that your body gets an array of essential nutrients it needs. And phytonutrients and antioxidants provide protection during detoxification by lessening the impact of free radicals on the body. Because free radicals are potentially damaging to our cells, which is not what we need right now. And phytonutrients also play a role in improving the stress response and reducing inflammation. And it also reduces the toxic burden. Our food supply today contains excess amounts of coloring, additives, preservatives, pesticides, herbicides, and sweeteners. And any shortage of nutrients could result in an increased toxic burden. And giving our bodies the essential nutrients they need will rev up our metabolic pathways, allowing toxins to be eliminated more efficiently. And eating whole foods and fruits and vegetables will assist the liver in converting toxins into metabolites that can then be eliminated through sweat, urine, and stool without increasing your liver enzymes, which we're already taking toxic chemicals in the way of medications for lupus, right? Or other autoimmune conditions. So this has nothing to do with calorie restriction. Weight loss is really not the goal of this diet, although it may be a secondary effect. You should not feel as if you're starving yourself ever, since calories are not restricted, but it is important to stick to only eating foods that are allowed on this elimination diet. This will promote body awareness to food, and symptoms may initially get worse on an elimination diet due to the elimination of toxins from the body. And it's your body's way of healing and letting you know it's doing what it's supposed to be doing to detoxify the toxins. And sometimes you'll feel worse before you feel better. And throughout the elimination and afterwards, many of your symptoms will likely subside. But you have to give it time. And the reintroduction phase, in which you introduce the eliminated foods back into your diet, will allow you to become aware of any foods that trigger symptoms for you. And you may also find that you no longer crave certain foods you did before the elimination diet, which is a nice little added benefit. So getting started. An elimination diet can be overwhelming due to all the rules you must follow. So to break things down, we'll be eliminating food groups one at a time. Week number 1, we'll focus on gluten. Week number 2, we'll focus on eliminating dairy. Week 3, we'll focus on eliminating all processed foods, knowing where the little labels or toxic chemicals are hiding. You'll learn every nuances about that. Week number 4 is going to be fatty meat elimination, like the processed foods, like the luncheon meats, the nitrates, and the fatty meats like the non-organic kinds, and how they harbor antibiotics through the flesh of the meats and a lot of toxic hormones that are in it, as well as the pesticides as a residual from these meats that we're eating, or these animals that we're eating, all the toxic laden, genetically modified foods and, and plants. Week 5 is going to be all about caffeine and alcohol and many drinks that we drink. So eventually, we want to aim to eliminate all these food groups for a short time so that the body can heal without any toxic burden. You'll start by eliminating gluten, and by week 2, you'll work towards eliminating gluten and dairy. And by week 3, you will have eliminated gluten, dairy, and added sugar from the processed foods that we'll be eliminating, and so forth. Making changes is difficult. You may make mistakes at times, but the key thing is not to give up. Keep following the process because your health is so worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this overview, and we're about to embark on this road of a health journey and transformation. So stick with me. We want to make sure this is fail proof. I'll see you inside the modules.